Good afternoon everyone, and welcome back to my home cafe on the video channel. So our introduction today will be cold brew coffee, and we're going to give it a try. And we have the Hario Mizudashi coffee pot, and this one will do 600 ml. So this is going to be our first attempt and our first brew. So what we need to do first is we're going to use a recipe, and I'm going to be using 50 grams of a pre-ground coffee, and it's meant to be rather coarse so that it drips through the filter basket, which is this here. So the 500 grams will go inside that, and then we will add 600 ml of water to that, as it is a 600 ml pot. So we'll just get a couple of things organised and then we will fill it up. Alright, so we have our coffee. We have a nice Italian blend from Vittoria. So what I need to do is to weigh out 50 grams of pre-ground coffee. So I have a set of scales here which will help me with that, and a little dosing cup. So we'll pop that on there, we'll zero it, and then we will get this going until we have 50 grams. This could take nearly a full cup. And this is one of the recipes that we use. If you're using a bigger pot, then you probably go for 70 grams. But as this is just a 600 ml pot, we're going to, well, we're about 6 grams off that, so we'll give that a little shake and we'll be able to squeeze the last of it in there. 44.2. And what we'll do with this is we'll add 600 mils of just normal water. They're recommending we use filtered water, but I'm going to use tap water at the moment because I don't have any filtered water. So as this will be our test, I'm sitting on 48.2, so hopefully I'll get all this in the cup. I probably should have done it in 2. Here we go. Okay, so having done that, we have 50 grams of. Now these look like quite a coarse grind, seeing as they're pre-ground. So we simply pop that in to the filter. And this is still probably a first for me, so this is going to be learning as I go. So there we have it. There's 50 grams in here, so it's about half filled the filter. So now the idea now is to pour the water slowly into the pot. Now if this works, if the course is right, and this should start to run through fairly quickly. Yep. Done it quite quickly as well. So there we go. We're already starting to see some discoloration of the water, which means it's brewing through. It's taken us to, whoops, that's obviously started to float a bit, so we will give that a bit of a stir, and then you can just use the back of the spoon for that, and then that'll help it go through, so it won't sink too much. So we probably poured it in a bit too quick, maybe. Okay, so that's that. Now The purpose of this now is with it being cold brew is to let this go for 12 to 24 hours. So just be back in a sec. So now all we need to do with this now is to pop the lid on this and then let this sit for well, I'm going to do this one for 12 hours and then we'll see how it fares up. You don't need to put this in the fridge. You can leave it at room temperature. So right, so that's that set. Come maybe 4:30 tomorrow morning. I might have to take it out a little bit earlier. We will take the filter out. We'll remove the grinds, and we should have a nice cold brew of coffee. Just maybe a little on the lighter side because I've only done a 50-gram recipe. So we may need to perhaps go for a 70. We'll see how this brew turns out. So what we will do now is we will switch everything off and we will leave this sit for 12 hours and then we'll finish the video off hopefully in the morning. So until then, thank you for watching. Good morning everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This is for the part 2 of the cold brew. So what we have done is at about 4:15 yesterday afternoon, we set it all up with our dose. We had 50 grams of pre-ground coffee to 600 ml of water. We set it up and we left it brewing overnight. So it's now going on 4:30 in the morning. So it's been brewing for about 12 hours, and we can actually see a nice, rich colour in the pot. And you can see it comes up faded. So this was yesterday was very pale when we first done it. So overnight it's actually brewed quite well. So now what we need to do is we need to remove the cap, and then we will take the filter out and see what we're up against, see what we're, I might have a bit of a sample of this if I can get this off. There we go. Oop. So that's the lid off, and we can see inside that it's still very waterlogged. So what we will do is we'll just take this out very carefully, let it drain for a bit, let some of it run out. I don't want to make a mess everywhere. So looks like the beans and the coffee itself has actually expanded in there, so we will take this out, pop it over on the sink so it comes back. Right. Now looking at that, it looks quite nice. It's there's no head or anything on it. It's just a nice brew of coffee. So just pop this on back on top, and we will have obviously. put the lid on. Let's have a little bit of a pour of this and we'll have a bit of a taste. Well, that looks quite good, so let's see what it tastes like. Nice little drop there. So. Very smooth, not too strong. I think what if you wanted a slightly stronger brew, I think you would go with the perhaps the 70 grams of the ground coffee. There's no bitterness to it whatsoever. It's nice and smooth. And plenty of flavour through it. So yes, I think that's quite a good little thing for us. Very happy with the way it turned it out, and I was a little bit nervous of myself about just how it would go. But with this particular pot, there you have with it being 600ml, it's a 300ml mark and 500ml mark, and as you saw, the 600 would come right up to the top. So that's very nice. So I think all in all, it's something I think we might keep doing, and we'll endeavour to update throughout our time on the channel. So yes, so on that note, if you liked the video and you enjoyed seeing what was going on, please like the video and hit the notification bell for our next video. And as always, we always like to get some new subscribers. So please do subscribe to the channel. And if you have any comments or questions, if I can help, I'll answer them. And if you're looking at getting into cold brew, and I hope this enlightened you with a few questions. So on that note, thank you for watching.